Oh my god, guys, there is some massive drama going down in the Fortnite community. Ninja has called out Fresh, and Fresh ended up making a response video to Ninja. And you know, we did a collaboration with Fresh recently, and Ninja's always been my boy. People have been asking, how do I feel about this drama? What's my take on it? Guys, it's it's really not a big deal, and people are blowing it out of proportion. But there's some things to talk about. I'm going to tell you guys, you know, how I feel about it. And also the X2 twins apparently today, like, you know, they kind of disrespected me a little bit. I'm going to talk about that too. You know, we're just trying to keep you guys entertained until the next chapter. So we'll do what we can here to keep you guys entertained. Hello. All right, I don't know what that guy was thinking. He wasn't thinking at all. Here's what went down. I was playing duos with Ninja, and he found out Fresh, you know, voted for the combat shotgun and told his viewers to vote for the combat. We all know this, you know, it's kind of old news, and he went off on Fresh. Mr. Fresh.
Yo, Fresh, if you're watching this, man, what the hell's wrong with you, bro? Let me get this straight. You're a content creator, you're a YouTuber, right? And you think that the combat shotgun is going to offer more funny clips and more funny moments than a combat shotgun? You disgust me.
He thought the Australian content creators were all about the content, and that voting for the combat is anti-content. The Boogie Bomb would have been a much better pick. You know, you guys know, you know, the reasonings and everything, and he was just going off. He was not happy about it. I'm pretty sure he was trolling and not serious. But Fresh ended up making a response video to Ninja, so he clearly heard about it, and he clarified his reasoning. And you know, Fresh actually, you know, his video talking about the vote for the combat, he got a lot of dislikes on that video, like more than usual. There was a lot of like controversy around it, and people were saying he only voted for it because it was winning and he didn't want to be like on the losing side. And by the way, this was like a legendary chest right here, and for some reason the legendary chests only show up as normal chests now. But if you have the hearing or audio visuals on, you can actually see that it's a legendary chest. People were saying that he voted for it because he just didn't want to be on the losing side. He wanted to clarify that wasn't his reasoning, and that he had like a legit reason. And his reason was that like the problem with the game is like sweaty players destroying bad players. That's the main issue the game has. Speaking of sweaty players destroying bad players, I feel bad for this guy, but it had to be done. Enough! Oh my god, it's getting kind of heated. He was saying that, like, you know, Boogie Bombs is gonna allow like better players to just Boogie Bomb you and like troll you. At least the combat doesn't change the loot pool too much. And he says like the game's in a good spot right now. And I do agree with him about the game being in a decent spot. I do think the loot pool right now is not broken, especially in pubs and in arena. Like there's nothing like too crazy. The most valid reason for him voting the combat is that the combat is so insignificant and that no one really uses it. So it's not going to change the game, and the Boogie Bomb might change the game for the worse. So like that is the only like somewhat valid reason. But like the idea of like sweats versus, you know, casuals, in my opinion, if I'm going against Booga, or if you're going against Booga, the World Cup champion, would you rather have a combat shotgun or a Boogie Bomb? I would rather have a Boogie Bomb because the combat's not going to help you beat a pro like that. It's literally, it's not gonna help you beat a pro. Like you might end up accidentally Boogie Bombing yourself, but most likely you have a better chance of winning if you get a good Boogie Bomb on the pro player, and then all of a sudden you have a chance to maybe one pump them, you know? And if they're a pro player and they have a Boogie Bomb and they kill you because of the Boogie Bomb, they probably were gonna win regardless of you having a Boogie Bomb or not. So I wouldn't necessarily say that them having the Boogie Bomb changed the outcome of the fight. If anything, they might accidentally Boogie Bomb themselves. I've done that quite a few times, accidentally Boogie Bombing myself while I'm you know, fighting a player who's not as good, and then I end up getting, you know, destroyed. The reasoning, like he had one good reason, which is like the Boogie Bomb or the combat is so insignificant, it doesn't change the loot pool. The loot pool is good right now, and things are gonna get crazy with the loot pool anyways. There's a rumor / leak that at the end of the season, or towards the end of the season, all the items that failed the vote are going to get unvaulted anyways. Like I'm assuming the 0 point is going to be unstable, and it's just going to unvault all the items that failed the vote. And if that happens, it's probably going to happen around the time that the mechs come back into the game. It's probably going to be like a super crazy end of season, you know, showdown or whatever. So we might still have boogie bombs to counter the mechs. And the truth is, the mechs, you know, they will be nerfed. And there are good counters right now to the mechs. You know, we have launch pads, we have shockwaves, we have grapplers, and we as players have gotten better. Some of us have, or a lot of us have, since mechs were introduced in Season X. It's been a long time. It's been over 2 years. So we have gotten better, and I feel like the mechs are not going to be as dangerous. At the end of the day, it really all this drama and like some people took it seriously, some people didn't. It's really a lot of it is for nothing, you know. And I'm sure most of the mature people understand that it's just us being passionate about the game, and Fresh is passionate, Ninja's passionate, we're all passionate, we all enjoy the game, or else we wouldn't really care. So we might still get some of those items. We might still get the boogie bombs. One thing I'm really looking forward to is getting my hands on the combat SMG. You know, it lost to the combat AR, but the combat SMG could potentially be the strongest SMG in the game. It has a higher DPS than the rapid fire. So I'm excited just to try that out. I feel like that's going to be a really fun SMG. It's probably only going to be in the game for a little bit. And it's probably better that way because it's going to be ridiculous. And there is going to be a vote as well on the proximity versus flintlock. Here's the thing I want to say. I don't think Fresh telling people to vote for the combat made the combat win. I think it made it win faster, but I think the combat was going to win anyways. I think the younger audience specifically will always vote for a weapon over a item. The weapon just kind of is more interesting to them. It has they might want to try out a different shotgun as opposed to just using an item, right? And they don't realize the combat is nerfed and it's not what it once was, and it's not going to be that interesting, and no one's really using it. I rarely run into people using it, and if they are using it, they're usually a free elimination. So yeah, I feel like with this next vote coming up, right? You know, influencers and YouTubers, we sometimes can make a change, and we sometimes can influence like what people vote for, but there's so many millions of people who play this game who don't really watch YouTube, who don't really watch Twitch, and they don't really care what Fresh is asking them to vote for or what I'm telling them to vote for. Like, they don't really care. They're just going to vote for whatever they want to vote for. And there's more people like that than you think that just play this game for fun, than they don't care about YouTubers. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And the reality is that the voting videos that I make or that Fresh makes or anybody makes, it's not really going to impact the brother, put that down, the outcome of a vote. And I can probably guess right now that the vote between the proximity launcher and the flintlock, I think the proximity launcher is going to win. And I think Fresh is going to make a video telling people to vote for the flintlock because it is just the better option in my opinion. It's fun. It can be used close range, long range. It creates for funny moments. If you guys remember Laser Beam's tournament for his icon skin had the exotic flintlock. So like, he wouldn't betray Laser Beam and vote for the proximity. But I think more kids and people who haven't played with the proximity are going to want to vote for the proximity. I'm personally going to vote for the flintlock, but I think the proximity is going to win anyways. Like, no matter what anybody says, I think it's still going to win. It'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out, and if the impact of people telling their audience to vote for certain things is going to make a difference or not. I feel like it's not going to make a difference, because it's like, it just sounds cooler to younger kids, and it's like a rocket launcher, and it's even easier to use for younger kids than the flint is, because you just kind of have to aim the general direction of your opponent. So we'll see how that plays out. And then, you know, we have the mech voting after, and the mech voting is not going to be mech versus like something else. Initially people thought it was gonna be like mech versus mythic sword, but it's actually going to be a funding for the mech, because I guess we're going to use the mechs in the final fight against the queen. Same thing with the turrets. So it kind of ties to the story, and the mechs will be funded 100%. They will be funded, but since they're happening so late towards the season, and you know, when we know the season's coming to an end in like 3 weeks, most likely we will have boogie bombs. Like, I think the boogie bombs will be here when the mechs are here. All the items that failed to vote are probably just going to all get unvaulted anyways. That's my opinion on the topic. And I also mentioned the XT twins. They made a video today rating YouTubers that they would win in a fight versus. It was me and a bunch of other YouTubers, and they said that they would beat me, or no, they said that I would sneak around off of them. And I actually agree because they're pro players, right? They're actual pro players. I'm a content creator first, and they compete. And I've had my fair share of things to say about Oceania not being as competitive as NA East. And what is this guy doing? It's not as competitive. That's the honest truth. But they're still pro players. They've still done amazing things, and they would definitely beat me. But they said the McCreamy would beat me, and I don't know about that. McCreamy is cracked. Don't get it twisted. McCreamy is cracked, but I feel like people don't realize that I can try hard a lot more than I do. Even though it looks like I'm tryharding a lot, I'm usually pretty chill, and I can be an ultra sweat. I don't know. I feel like we one day have to settle this, because this isn't the first time people have put McCreamy above me, or people, no, in my video I put that I would beat McCreamy or something like that, and people said no way. And I don't know, man. I feel like people have it twisted. The problem is it's hard to 1v1 somebody who's in a different region, but you know, one day maybe I'll go to Australia and I will 1v1 all the Australian YouTubers once and for all, so we can settle this beef. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for the next few days. The 16th, and literally on 2 more days, we have Naruto collab. The 16th is also the same day as my new merch apparel drop. If you guys don't know, I started a company called Metal Umbrella, and you know, we made merch and apparel based off of anime and gaming. And you guys really loved the first collection, but our second collection is dropping the same day as Naruto is. I'm very excited. If you guys want to cop it, it's gonna launch Tuesday, like around noon. It'll be a very special day. Definitely tune into my Twitch stream if you want to be involved in the festivities. And after this video, go to metalumbrella.com and sign up for the mailing list. You actually can get a 10% discount code the day of launch. Super simple. It's gonna take you less than 30 seconds. And you can actually go see the next collection on the website and see how it's going to look. We have some really cool pieces. I think you guys are really going to love what we have. It's coming out on the 16th, same day as Naruto. I'm going to be live. There's going to be a Naruto video on the 16th. You know, it's the last few weeks before next month, before it gets crazy. And it's going to get crazy, chat. It's going to get crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Hey, what's up, man? I'm right here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and go to metalumbrella.com right now. Sign up for the mailing list before Tuesday.